eyes are on you. Yes, you. The attention is on you. People are stalking your social media morning, noon, and night. People are lying awake at night, obsessed about you because you are the one that is marked by receptivity. You are the one that is associated with all of the fertility. You are the creative one. You are the intuitive one. Hello, my Jade. You are the divine feminine. Even if you are not thinking about a particular person, you are the soft, still, calm, intuitive, creative one out of everyone. All of the attention is on you. Some of you guys are in separation. You're walking away from people to practice your healing and self-love. You have been teaching these masculines, these divine counterparts, how to treat you. With your boundaries and self-respect, you are teaching people how to value. You guys have been away, perhaps in separation from the counterparts. You've been away from people. For you to come into harmony, ease, and compatibility with your partners, you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. You're dealing with someone who has had, you guys are taking people from their you guys are breaking up marriages with your divine femininity. You guys need to have compassion for your partners who are walking away from people where they have had memories, traditions, children, beauty or beast. Some of you guys had to walk away from these people so that they can learn how to put up boundaries with their karmic ex-wives, karmic ex-partners. You are the emperor. You are the divine feminine. These karmics, even if these are not marriages that you're breaking up, a lot of people have been in competition for your high value partner. They cannot take rejection. They're very sensitive to rejection, especially when it comes to getting rejected for you. They are getting refused for their proposals. They're getting refused for their ideas. They're getting refused for your person's affection. Some of these karmics wanted them to be disrespecting and humiliating you. And your emperor has been respecting you. They are putting up a lot of boundaries with these karmics. This has taken time and this has taken sacrifice. In this time of you walking away so that they can learn their healthy boundaries and how to make sure people respect the divine feminine. The divine feminine waits for nobody. We don't care how many memories or traditions you done had. Hello, Aaron. That's a unique spelling. This person, you were in a cycle with this person, and they were continuously making the same choices. They were continuously, and guys were continuously getting the same unpleasant and unfulfilling outcome. Do not apologize for walking away to practice healing and self-love. Do not apologize for going on your own journey, search and pursuit for more knowledge, information, and more fulfilling experiences. Some of these divine masculines are very mad that you have been off exploring your other options. They have been very mad seeing you with romantic affairs, other places. They may have even talked. You may have talked to them, and they may have communicated, oh, you off with your other person? Yes. If you continue to make the same choices, you will continue to get the same outcome. I will not apologize for walking away to practice healing and self-love while you go and figure out your memories and traditions with your ex-partners. Do not hate the ex-wife. Do not hate the karmics. Do not hate the other peoples. They are also a part of the soul family. The reason why you love this person so much is because of their experiences. They would not be who they are today if it were not for these other relationships, if it were not for these other experiences. Some of y'all took that man from his wife. And this person is very painful with this rejection that's happening. Some of them were already divorced, already separated. And when they seen the divine feminine, Big Mama, they were forcing your person to revisit a painful situation. Karmics have been forcing themselves onto your divine counterpart. Everybody, you and your person, have a lot of compassion fatigue. This is a divine union. A lot of people are struggling because what you guys are creating together is extremely beautiful, powerful, financial freedom, financial security. You guys are truly a soul family. So these karmics and these ex-partners have been having a hard time with rejection. They've been having a hard time, and they've been intentionally wanting to keep you guys apart because they know what you guys create is so much bigger. It's a much bigger tradition. They're going to be better memories. These memories and traditions that they have with these other people are very immature. Your love has a lot more depth. But this lack of maturation that your person and their ex-partners and karmics are experiencing, they needed to deal with them on their own time. This separation was painful, and it required a lot of sacrifice. All eyes are on you. You are like living poetry. The way you have been expressing about this situation, you are so marked by receptivity and creativity and fertility. It is just even more, it's an even bigger slap in the face. Hello, friends. Chick back again, enjoying the tradition of tapping in with it. Me too, Anarchy. Ooh, sis did that with her current love week. Okay, wish her well, love her. What you talking about? I'm just blabbing. No, you just blabbing. Hey, Catalyst. Hey, Tony. You guys, you both have a lot of traumatizing experiences. This is not a fairy tale. This person have already given you the crown, but these karmics and ex-partners, ex-wives have been forcing these people. I'm hearing second wife is the best wife. Some of y'all are breaking up these marriages. I'm sorry, but it needed to happen. The compassion fatigue is so big with these karmics. They're having a very hard time accepting rejection. A lot of people have been fighting over your high value partner. It took a lot of sacrifice for you guys to come into your own. You were having issues on your own. Outside of these other karmic challenges, you guys have been struggling with tension, disharmony in your relationship. And it took sacrifice for you guys to have ease, to see the compatibility, to see your mutual dreams together. Through the 9th house, you guys have been learning your spiritual values, your family values. It has been a lot of sacrifice for your person to be able to put up these healthy boundaries with all these other people they have memories, traditions, and responsibilities with. These karmics have been challenging you, the noble one, the honorable one. Some of them, they have been hiding their duplicity, confusing your person. They feel like peasants compared to you. I think this is really the issue. The karmics feel like, hey, Tony, the karmics, this is painful for them because they see that you're the one that is the soft feminine one. You're the one that they're receptive to. You're the one that has had a brilliant authority in their life. You're the one, you're the divine feminine. These other feminines, they're blocked in their receptivity. Some of them, they've let themselves go. They don't have self-care. Some of them, they don't have beauty. They don't have creativity, right? So a lot of them have been struggling with a lot of rejection. Your person has also been risking this connection. They've been taking a lot of risk and being away from this relationship. They've been taking a lot of risk to explore other options, other timelines. But you showed this person how to treat you when you put up a lot of boundaries and started adhering to a set of principles and standards that they must adhere to. You have been brilliant in your authority with this person. That's what makes you the divine feminine. You have a unique way of communicating with them. You are intuitive in your approach to healing them, nurturing them. They feel like peasants trying to attack a queen and a king. This sacrifice involved you walking away, and this person, your partner, got so mad at you and they felt rejected and abandoned. They had unrealistic expectations of you while they were still trying to work out their other options. You cannot be present for them in resolving their grief-stricken and traumatizing experiences elsewhere. Some of them, they put you through a trauma when they let a peasant attack your connection. There has been a lot of sacrifice for this divine masculine and divine feminine to come into union. It has taken a lot of sacrifices for this person to understand healthy boundaries and teaching all of these other people who are in a lower level than you, have a lower level of importance in your divine counterpart's life. They have been needing to learn how to respect the divine feminine. They need to know their place, that the divine feminine comes first, that the divine feminine waits for nobody. We don't care about any children. We don't care about any other excuses to why you need our divine counterpart's attention. The divine feminine waits for nobody. The divine feminine comes first. Letting them experience your absence has helped them get clear on who their true priority is. They have not been experiencing ease and harmony and eroticism with anyone else. These karmics have been having a hard time accepting rejection. They think it's because the divine feminine looks better than me. It's because the divine feminine has a certain type of body type or a certain type of skin color. It's because the divine feminine, it's not because of anything physical. It is because of the ease and the harmony. It is because of the compatibility, the mutual dreams. It's because of the boundaries, the respect, the similar spiritual value. It is because of what you are creating that makes you the divine feminine. Second wife, the best wife. It is because this person is your soul family. It's because of the way you communicate with this person. These people have been struggling, having a very intense struggle with you being the divine feminine. They have been attacking this connection. There has been sacrifice for your person to realize that they needed to protect the divine feminine, that they've needed to guard the star quality of the divine feminine, that they don't need to experience all of this compassion fatigue for weaker and less fortunate people who force themselves onto this connection. These people have been forcing them to revisit painful situations, forcing them in a painful rejection. They are not the ones, experiencing a nurturing, caring, and sensitive relationship. They are not the ones that are experiencing intimacy. They don't have the same spiritual values. They don't have the same dreams. They're not physically attractive to them. This has been a very, very painful situation for the triangles, for the karmics, especially for those who have had traditions and memories. It's hard for them to realize the divine feminine who has come in to this person's life and taken over. All eyes are on you. You are the main character in this person's life. They think about you every second of the day. These karmics will rely on memories and children. Do not hate the ex-wife. Do not hate the ex-husband. Honor them for making you second wife, the best wife. Honor them for their contribution to your soul family. A lot of these karmic relationships were traumatizing experiences. They have been unresolved, grief-stricken experiences where this person has been lacking maturation. Some of these people were betrayed by ex-partners. They've been hiding destructive secrets. Some of these people have just been learning how to have boundaries and learning how to refuse these karmics' proposals, refuse their ideas, refusing their, memberships into organizations, refusing their affection. Those are not the people that have the same, spiritual values as you. Those are not the people who have mutual dreams as you. Those are not the people who you are experiencing an intimate union with. You guys are experiencing highly cognitive connections with your divine counterpart. Extrasensory perception, hearing each other, sensing each other, even in separation. You guys are astral projecting to one another. You guys are experiencing a very divine union. They wanted them to disrespect and humiliate you. If this is happening in a shared network, these karmics have been getting out of control because they haven't been able to accept the fact that they were not chosen. They have been fighting for your high-value partner, fighting for money. Your person is having to realize that a lot of these people just want to clout chase. They've just been wanting them for money. Some of these karmics have grown ill will because they've known that there's a divine feminine that exists. There's an emperor that exists. There's an authority in this person's life. They hate them for severing ties and moving on and being happy. Some of these karmics have not been able to release resentment about past disagreements. And you are the divine feminine. You are marked with empathy and forgiveness and unconditional love. These karmics represent a conditional love. I never chased. I never closed. I'm never, what did you say? I'm never chose, but don't give a fuck. I guess that's why. It's not that you are never chosen. People will, your divine counterparts will assume that you are the one that has the security. They can sense immediately that you are divine feminine, that you are soft, still, calm, compassionate, receptive, empowered within yourself. You practice self-care. You have self-love for yourself. They will let you take the L so they can ameliorate and stroke the ego of a weaker and less fortunate individual. They will assume that you are the one that's so emotionally resilient, right? This is compassion fatigue. But something about you, you needed to stop being so nurturing and understanding, because this person was continuing to make the same choices. And you guys were still getting the same unpleasant outcome. They're karmics for a reason. They were never meant to fulfill. They were never meant to sustain in the long term. Some of you guys would needed to walk away to practice your own healing and self-love from traumatizing experiences. And teach this person how to treat you, how to put up the boundaries. Your absence helps them get clear about where their true priorities are and what they truly value. In the past, a lot of these people have not believed that they can have true love. They chose lust. They chose to just sexually gratify themselves instead of true love, to soothe and emotionally regulate. Yes. This person has been still learning to survive those traumatic experiences where they were just in a surviving. They were just in a survival state. They were just in a regulating, right? Not thriving. They need to learn how to thrive. They need to learn how to be abundant, how to accept this intimacy. It took sacrifice for this person to put up these boundaries. It took sacrifice for this person to improve their self-esteem, to feel that they were worthy of a love like you. They just assume that you're so divine, feminine, empowered, right? The divine feminine is the leader on the spiritual journey, right? So you're always a step ahead, right? You're the one that gets to communication. You're the one that empowers themselves first. And then the divine masculine follows. They have been finding strength in the separation because your absence is making them do that. These karmics, if there was a conflict or a confrontation with karmics, ex-partners, this has added a lot more resistance to the relationships. Do not hate the karmics. Do not insult them. Do not perpetuate a beef with karmic partners. Do not hate them. You cannot compare to these traditions and memories and children. This person needs to make a conscious decision, make sound decisions to be with the one that they are compatible with and put up boundaries with these poor investments that they made with another. Some of these people, they're having to, teach these karmics that it's not because of the way that they look. It's not because of, oh, the divine feminine just looking so good. Big mama over there looking so good. Big mama is the abundant one. Big mama is the one that's, in the security zone, having all of the empowerment and all the artistic and creative experiences. You're going on quests, traveling, living your best life, and all they're doing, they feel like peasants compared to you. This creates even more compassion fatigue because they're looking at them like, well, you just look so unhappy, and if my presence is making you so unhappy, if my presence is, the only thing that's making you happy, then I guess I'll just stick around to try to, ameliorate your suffering. But this person is, needing to choose their own self-love. They're needing to prioritize their own compatibility, their own, choice for true love, and to stop putting other people's needs and their feelings above their own. This is compassion fatigue, quite literally, with a karmic, especially someone who is very disadvantaged, they're unfortunate. They just feel like you look down on them. They're like, oh, you just gonna go off with your new bougie girlfriend, your new high value man. Yeah. That's the person that I feel compatibility with. That's the person that I'm empowered with. When I'm with you, I'm so unhappy and disempowered. I'm so unsatisfied in these memories, right? These memories, that's the past. My reality is very different than that. These traditions are in the past. Things are no longer like that. Things are different now. I'm trying to embrace change. Your partners are still trying to embrace change and leaving these memories and traditions behind because, those are not a reflection of their current reality. Those are sunk costs. Those are losses that you cannot recover. The reality that they have with these karmics today is very different than the past memories and traditions. That some of them are still having to co-parent, still trying to find out how to compromise and communicate with one another, in a non-romantic way. Some of them have been forcing themselves onto your partners, quite literally forcing, throwing themselves into their laps, throwing themselves, calling them, forcing them to revisit these painful situations, forcing them to, show them affection and attention, fighting for your high value partner. These people need to make a choice to put an end to the forcing. Stop forcing people to do things. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for these karmics. I feel bad for them. You are divine feminine. You don't need to force or fight for anything. We don't wait for anything. We're very secure in solitude. These people, they're not secure in solitude. They're not secure. They don't have anything else. They feel that they just, I don't know, it does something for them to receive their attention, especially when they know that there's a presence of a divine feminine. They're constantly comparing themselves to you. Your skin color, your hair, your body type, your success, your creativity. They're learning to put up boundaries and show them that the reason why this is my divine feminine is because of our mutual dreams and our spiritual values and our deep intimacy and understanding between one another. We don't have that. These karmics, we don't have a deep understanding with one another. They're talking about our memories and our traditions. Oh, how things used to be. Oh, remember the good old days. How the kids doing? Oh, you remember old Ella from, 30 years ago? That is not a reality of today. Yes, we have fond memories. I find strength in surviving those traumatic experiences. A lot of these karmics were very traumatic experiences. Failed relationships. They need to let go of these losses that they cannot recover. Things are not the same. These karmics are duplicitous. The only reason why they're trying to act all nurturing and caring and sensitive is because they want to stop them from being happy, from having the divine feminine. They want to stop the divine feminine from being happy. They hate seeing you beautiful and happy. They hate it so much. I don't understand that language. You guys are being called to create something beautiful with one another. A mutual dream that they know this is a divine union, friends. All eyes are on you. They're watching you practicing healing and self-love and separation. And they're just anticipating the moment that your partner really enforces those boundaries, really closes the door, refusing those offers, refusing their affection, refusing, their proposals for a reunion. I don't hate them. I just want to be left alone. Their happiness is their own responsibility, not mine. Some of these karmics, they literally are harassing you, attacking you, because they want to see, they want to cause a chronic health issue, a safety issue for you. Hi, Briella. Welcome in. They want to cause issues for your union. They want to stop you guys from being together. We don't hate them. We know that they're karmic. We know that these relationships were unfortunate. We know that the relationships are incompatible. We trust our union with our partner. We trust our intimacy. We know that we're the noble ones, right? Some of you, they're just looking at you. They look up at you, right? And they feel like you look down on them. Thank you so much. I feel so cute today. I'm like, what's the difference am I doing? They see you and they see you as just like, you're aristocratic. Some of you guys are like royalty together, especially belonging to like a hereditary class where you guys are literally inheriting so much high social status, so much political status, very aristocratic. This union together, your purpose together, your mutual dream that you're sharing, a divine union is very royal. What you guys are creating together. And they feel like, what they created together was just trauma. What they created, and this person is taking a lot of sacrifice for this person to put up these boundaries with these people that they just feel like they needed to survive, right? If they continue to make these same choices, they'll continue to get these same outcomes. It took sacrifice for you guys to, get out of these destructive behaviors, get out of these, repetitive cycles with an ex-wife, where they keep interfering in a divine union. They feel like you look down on them, and you probably do. We don't hate them. It's just that your behavior is screaming karmic. You're creating a painful situation for everybody because you just don't know how to accept that you were a failure. Some of them, they just hate the divine feminine for being beautiful. Somebody's name that starts with the letter B. Somebody is 36 years old. You are like poetry to this person. You are their muse. You are their everything. And they just see you as like this divine feminine, it girl, it boy, emperor to your person. Some of y'all are literally breaking up marriages. Okay? They know that the SEX with you, something about them, that karmics, they know that the SEX, they have a problem with y'all intimacy. Okay? It really, I'm hearing it's breaking their heart. They feel rejected. They feel like peasants. They know that you have this sacred intimacy. This is unfortunate because someone's going to have to take a loss either way. People are going to have a hard time getting rejected. Okay, friends? This is a challenging cycle of your person needing to put up boundaries and send rejections to people. Especially if these were ex-wives, ex-partners, ex-husbands. All these other people have been, fighting for money. Trying to use, SEX, right? Trying to, draw them into an emotional regulation of just gratifying with SEX. Some of them, they don't enjoy having SEX with them. Someone's name that starts with the letter H. I'm hearing it's very clear that they're very erotic about you. Neurotic about you. Especially if you guys have taken away the SEX, and you know that your union is superior. You know that your encounters, SEX encounters, they are not having the same kind of intimacy, right? They are not having ease and compatibility in these other encounters. Some of you, they're literally just gratifying or like using their parts as masturbation. It's not gratifying, intimate, soul witnessing experience like it is with you. It's not true attraction. And this person has needed to learn the difference between lust and true attraction as well, and true love. Some of them have been learning lessons around indulging. You don't need a bunch of different feminines. You need someone who has true intimacy. You need someone who has the same spiritual values. You won't need a bunch of different partners if you had a truly intimate and gratifying experience with one. Reflection is the greatest aphrodisiac. Okay, period. My ex last name is H. Oh shit. Not that again. Poor dude. Hope this finds his love. Some of you guys are dealing with karmics as well. Both of you guys. It's not just this person that's having to send rejections, but you too are also having to resolve cycles of your traumatic experiences. That's a good point that you're bringing up. It's just ring a bell for me. Okay? You both are having to heal your own rejection issues and send rejections. This is the rite of passage for a divine counterpart. You guys are learning boundaries, and that nobody can come in between this royalty. Okay? This relationship represents a high social class, a high political status, very aristocratic, very financially free, very wealthy. They will feel like you look down on them. Your old partners will feel like failures. They will take it personally that you have found this partner where you actually have, it's not about your monies that make y'all so royal. It's about the ease and compatibility that makes you abundant. The true love makes you abundant. They were just lessons, traumas. Some of them, they thought that they would never remarry, and now they've seen them reconsider. They thought that they would never have children with somebody else, and now they're seeing them impregnate you. They thought that they would be the only one that they put up memories and traditions with, but that's not true. Unfortunately, you are taking someone's space. Someone thought because they had a plastic surgery that they could, just gratify your partner with the lust and the objectification. And this has been a very painful situation for you. If you've been dealing with, some lusting, indulging, body typing, sex addictions, or just, just illusions of attraction. This person is having to, go through a cycle where they're realizing that this was not intimacy, that this was just an objectification, an illusion of attraction. People who thought that these plastic surgeries and all these other things would get them a high-value partner, they're left with peasants. They're left working while also being a mother. They don't have a high-value partner. They're not feminine. They're masculinas and pygmishas. They're not a conscious reflection that makes your person whole. Your person is learning spiritual values and recovering from a spiritual poverty where they were once lusting and sexually gratifying themselves to emotionally regulate. Now they are learning to face their fears of intimacy and have a deep and soul witnessing and soul bearing connection with you. They know that your intimacy is greater, especially if this was an ex-marriage. They know that you are having an even deeper love. They know that they're erotic about you because of the intimacy and the values and the mutual dreams and the safety that you represent. This is the issue. Unfortunately. Okay, friends, that's what I'm getting. That's what you need to learn. Your person, they have started to make their plans. I'm hearing you are the best wife. You are the best partner. They know that now. These other people have been forcing, quite literally forcing, and this has been a very painful situation. Okay? So you needed to walk away from this so that you can practice your own healing and self-love while this person learns to stop letting people force themselves into your relationship. We can't feel sorry for the less fortunate because we are royal and aristocratic and of a high social class. Okay, what you're creating is something so big, and these other peasants, they just been forcing because they want to have the money so bad. Okay? Damn, not you talking about an ex-lover. Yeah, his baby daddy, ex-lover's new wife. Bless them, I hope they're happy. It's pure plastic. The truth is, I love them together. I hate them. Okay, got you. Hola, buenas noches. Me llamo Jose. Soy de Venezuela. Soy de signo Sagitario. Me gustaría saber playera las cartas. Hi. Hello. Good evening. My name is Jose from Venezuela. I am a Sagittarius. I like playera las cartas. You like playing with cards. I think I literally... Not the translation. Not the translation. Hola, me llamo Felicidad. Yo soy de Chicago. That's all I have for you guys tonight, okay? You guys, a lot of relationships you will see, they are at the shadow sides of wealth. They are purely plastic, fake. These karmics, fake, duplicitous, hiding secrets, sleeping with their family members, doing negative things, not born of a spiritual value. They're very immature relationships. Other karmic challenges, forcing themselves into this divine union because they know that it's of a hereditary class. They know that this is family value. They know that this is inheritance, royalty, right? A lot of these other people come from broken families, no lineage, no inheritance. So this is not good, right? They know that you're a family. This is truly hereditary. This is truly royalty that has been passed through the lineage. It's not because you look better, even if you might, but it's quite literally because this is a family value. This is family. This is inheritance. This is generational wealth. They can't take this being, they feel like a peasant and a failure. Illuminati, I'm trying to give you my inheritance. Quit playing, bae. Illuminati. Show me how serious you really is. Talk about some stop playing, babe. This could be us, but you playing. This could be us, but you playing. Divine feminine, don't play about the divine feminine no more. Your masculine is not playing about you no more. The boundaries are going up. All these other karmas that wanted you humiliated, left out in the cold, abandoned, want to stop this royal family from coming together, it's not working. Because some of you guys, you have went on this quest for truth. You went on this quest for healing, and you've been healed. You've been the leader on the spiritual journey, and you have been the leading and healing and getting the communication that you needed to heal your union. You have been fighting for your high value partner, and this is very painful that you've had to fight for them when it's been a very clear choice. It's been a very, very clear choice, not just because of how you look, but because of the mutual dream and the spiritual value. But there's been sacrifices that you've had to make in order to protect this divine union. This has been so unfortunate for both of you because you've been away from your family. It's clear that these people are not your family. Stop choosing other people over your family today. This person has been risking their family for these karmics. We don't care how many memories and traditions you've had with them. That's not your family. They abandoned you long ago. They have betrayed you, been responsible for you going to prison, have been responsible for misfortune. Stop risking your family for some fake person who's just forcing you. Grow a backbone, boss up, and let them know my divine feminine waits for no one. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you